I'm struggling to figure out how I should start this video. My entire channel so far has been reading other people's work. Heck, I've never made a script for my own videos. This is the most I've written in over a year, and it took me 3 years of math to do so. So where do I go from here? Okay, I am not doing that. The real reason why I'm having such a hard time is that 1980 was a really odd year in history. I'm not talking about real world events, for the most part. I'm referring to the looks, the production value, the fashion, the appearance. It was a transitionary period between the late 70s cheaper, more comfortable look, and the early 80s bright, elaborate, can I call them clothes? They look like highly crafted costumes. No, I'm not against them. It's just as if everyone finished filming a reality TV show. The point is, the world was at an upturn. For the most part, the first world economies were getting out of an economic depression at the turn of the decade. Before the upturn hit its full stride, people were still catching up to this new lifestyle. This is pretty apparent when watching anything filmed in 1980. Visual quality was still pixelated, especially from long-distance shots, and small glitches throughout taping were still semi-common. Yes, you can see those glorious black specks still throughout those shows. While live production value was starting to experiment and become what is known as that golden 1980s aesthetic, things still looked kinda uncanny. I believe that the 1980 Eurovision Song Contest captures this sentiment perfectly. Not only do the contestants' outfits resemble this transition, but the music is also very much of the time. The contest starts off with its traditional intro theme, played over the oh-so-pleasing static and white noise in the background. The introduction continues to pan over what I assume to be the coast of Amsterdam, since the Netherlands was this year's host. The presenter doesn't address this sequence, but look, pretty waves! After a 4-minute flex of the country's best sights and landmarks, we're introduced to the Dutch presenter as we are given a wide shot of the stage. Notice anything odd about it? Besides the ominous Shield of Doom? The Netherlands weren't the original hosts. According to Eurovision.tv, and the tried and true source of all knowledge, Wikipedia, all hail Wikipedia, Israel won the contest in 1979, but could not host the event due to a lack of funds. Spain and the UK, runners-up and third place respectively, also refused to host the event, leaving a last-minute scramble to find a new host. As a result, the Netherlands stepped up, and the event was hastily arranged. Most of the staging was reused from 1976, the last time they won the contest, and the stage production was scaled back in order to make the deadline. The biggest kicker, Israel didn't get to participate. The event was set on April 19th, Israel's Holocaust Memorial Day. So they dropped out of the contest that year. Why didn't the Netherlands move the event to a different day? I don't know. For the following songs, I brought along my parents and my brother to watch the contest with me and give their best feedback. Since my parents are 40 years my senior and the contest took place 40 years ago, this would be the closest thing I would have to getting a perspective from someone who was my age at the time of the contest. So buckle in and make sure to take bathroom breaks. We're going to take a look at all 19 songs. Alright, so here I am with my parents and my brother here.
Hey!
Yeah, there he is, my mom. And
Go to your room.
Yeah, oh my god. I have great parents, I swear. But yeah, I invited them cordially, I swear, to watch this Eurovision with me.
And by cordially, he means putting a gun up to my head to force me to watch this.
It was a water gun, I swear. We are introduced to the hostess donning a bob cut and a not-so-bad sparkling pink dress.
I like her dress.
Yeah, it is. It really looks good for the time.
Ah, yes. Shoulder pads were on the upturn. Not at full length like the rest of the 80s, but still pretty apparent. To kick things off, we are introduced to the first contestant, Austria. In previous years and years following, the representatives were presented to the viewers at home through clips dubbed with their regional commentators' dialogue as the live event gave their spiel. This year, all we got were superimposed photos of the members placed subtly in the bottom right corner, while their country's representatives would give a nice little speech describing the song. If this doesn't scream talent show to you, I don't know what does. Yeah, that production value is starting to seep through. So, how did the opening act fare? Despite Austria being hailed as a favorite with 8-1 betting odds, the song is just a standard show tune with hints of disco. They did have that all-white look you'd see in most disco movies, definitely of the time. Overall, it's alright, I guess. Nothing that really stands out, but it's catchy if you want to listen to it. The consensus amongst my family was basically the same.
It's like disco mixed with Broadway for some reason.
They got coordinated moves.
Yeah, they definitely do. There's a lot of coordination in this contest.
We just realized that there's a third wheel in this.
Oh yeah, that'll happen.
5 of them.
Yeah, but it's like the guy in the middle's he's just here for the ride. He's just happy to be here. Look at him.
Next up, enter Turkey. Not to be foreboding, but the second entry has never won the contest. Did Turkey stand a chance this year? It was an attempt. You gotta give them props for making a love song with petrol in it.
Your love is like oil. It's so slippery. It's a slippery slope.
Did it
Is that
say
what
that?
the
No,
lyric
that's a
is?
joke.
Serious?
No, that would be a good lyric though.
Nothing too special about her look. Her hair had more waviness to it, as it grew to become a fad in the 80s. The gown was pretty normal. But look, she's singing about petrol. Shh, be quiet. You're gonna wake up America. Following that, we have Greece with... Oh, come on! Another car-themed song? Are you sure the lots weren't rigged? Nevertheless, we move on to the Greek entry, called Hitchhiking. You can say it's kinda catchy. In the late 70s, Greece was really into afros. As you can see, all the backup singers donned afros, which seemed too good not to be permed. The appearance and cheesiness of the song alone perfectly symbolizes the transition of the time, since it was the only 80s entry Greek singers had afros in. In the following years, they moved on to simpler, wavy hair, while their songs became more serious or more in line with popular genres. Good example, Greece.
It's cheerful, isn't it? Make you feel happy?
It does.
It's very cheerful.
I'm very
It's like a
confused.
song from a movie for kids.
It's like Mary Poppins.
Yeah, like that.
Isn't it Mary Poppins-ish?
It does feel like
It
that.
does.
Well, that was great. Who's next on our list? How do I explain Luxembourg's entry? This was something that would only fly in 1980. It had more saturation and futurism than anything in the 70s, but way too experimental compared to the rest of the decade. Even RetroWaste.com claims that fashion in 1980 looked like uniforms for space travel. It's pretty hard to measure Star Trek up to the rest of the decade's standards, but if you go off looks alone, this was destined to flounder in the hands of time. But what did we think about the song?
Here we go.
Oh my god. What the
Oh, this is not good.
friggin' hell is this?
It's so cheesy, he almost tripped on the step. The penguin almost tripped on the step.
Oh my god, you almost killed me.
Is 0
This is Luxembourg.
an okay number?
Negatives are okay.
Negatives are okay?
The worst teeth.
The worst voice too.
This is about music, not about teeth. Not about dental care or anything.
But there is a correlation between the teeth and her singing voice.
Oh, I get it. Now, their song is all about a penguin.
Yeah.
Really?
Papa penguin, Papa
Really?
penguin. No wonder they dress like
I
penguins.
wonder.
Why did we give that away?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think actually little kids would like this one.
I'm not sure about the stage performance, but the song, yeah.
You know, they might get a kick out of the costumes, and it might appeal to very young children.
In 1980 only.
Yeah.
To counter all this absurdity up to now, we have Morocco singing a song of peace, Love Card. Are you sure this isn't about romance? Shh, don't jump to conclusions so fast. Love Card is about the children of the world desiring peace and harmony on earth. It's a sincere and tasteful song to have on Eurovision, given its purpose of uniting nations. The staging and attire ranges from traditional Moroccan garbs to suits. You would think that this would have hit all the contest check marks, right? Unfortunately, when voting came around, Morocco was passed up by every country except Italy. Because of their bad finish, and a royal statement from King Hassan II, they withdrew the following year and never returned to the contest. They were the first African/Arab country to participate, and the only country to have a single appearance. A tragic end to a well-intentioned song. Up next was Italy with a love-themed rock ballad. And now we're back to the love crap. Although the background singer's outfits were designer-esque, the song itself felt ahead of its time. At least that's what I think. I say this because the pop rock type of love ballads became big later in the 80s and 90s. Acoustic guitars were replaced with electric ones, and there was greater use of instrumentals throughout these songs. Italy's song was very heartfelt because it deals with how the lead would go on after losing his love. I suggest checking out the lyrics for the full scoop. But we need to move on, because we got 13 more songs to go, baby.
Bless you!
Up next, we have Denmark with... Well, let's have the commenter sum up the group.
And friends. They come from Aarhus. Bamsi is Danish slang for teddy bear.
Oh, poor guy looks ashamed for what's about to come. And I can see why. Now we are back in that dated territory. I don't think striped shirts and overalls were ever a thing, but it doesn't seem all that out of place compared to what we have seen earlier. When my family watched this entry, we had a lot to say.
He looks like Captain Kangaroo.
This is a looker. Oh my goodness.
You guys gotta go look up Captain Kangaroo. He looks just like that guy.
I
Here.
don't know who you're talking
Here,
about.
hang on, I gotta find
That's
This looks like
fun.
Captain Kangaroo, except he's about 20 pounds. He's got 20
Here.
pounds on him.
I'll show you.
More like 70.
There.
He edited in an image of Captain Kangaroo.
I
Beside this guy.
Look at this.
I
Look.
probably will. Oh my god!
I told you. Look.
Nice.
What is this?
They all have like the
Oh
the
my
striped
God.
shirts.
Oh yeah.
It's like they all.
Striped
They have the
shirts.
striped shirts, like you know, like Augustus from like the old Willy Wonka movie, like the old Charlie and Chocolate
Yeah.
Factory. He looks like Augustus.
Oh my gosh.
Oompa, loompa, doopity-doo.
And the overalls, it's
I've
just such
got
a funny look.
another mullet for you.
I'm not sure if I described it.
Oh yeah.
He's just got more of an 80s mullet on him though.
Yeah, Captain Kangaroo, but 80s.
See that? Big rhythm change.
It does
I
sound.
do like the rhythm change.
I kind of like that. That was pretty creative.
So far, oddly enough, Captain Kangaroo's in the lead for me.
I did
It's
not.
actually not bad.
I did not even notice the guitar change. I was just too stuck on the appearance.
It's like a rhythm beat change. Or tempo change.
I literally feel like if this guy grew up in Texas, he'd be able to sing Cotton Eye Joe. I don't know why. I can just see that somehow. Just put on a blue cowboy hat.
Oh, this is blue overalls?
Yeah.
Something tells me those are his pajamas. Okay, now his makeup doesn't even look any better. I mean, look at the guy on the right. His hair. What is that?
All in all, a song of its time, but by no means bad. I could see it being something people hold dear to them. If that's your thing. Sometimes I feel like the whole lot system that the Eurovision claims to do to randomize the order is complete rubbish. A lot of times they pit songs with similar genres together to make the show flow better. Earlier we had 3 goofy songs in a row, 2 of which were about automobiles, followed by 3 slower love songs. This could be taken one of 2 ways. The first being that it helps people compare similar songs to each other, while the other being that it causes people to mix them up, or forget them entirely if they sound too similar. So, what does our next entry entail? This is Sweden's entry, right now. Now, we are starting to get into the rock in Eurovision. Despite rock being popular throughout the 60s and 70s, countries felt it was too out of place to have a rock song in the contest. In terms of Eurovision history, the 60s were dominated by orchestrated ballads. The 70s started to open up to the idea of pop tunes representing the nations, still relying on the orchestras to give their entries that extra push. There was still a sense of formality to the music. But in 1980, Sweden took the next step forward. Their time was... I don't think people give this song the credit it deserves. Although it wasn't immediate, more countries started to play around with their choice of genre. From rock to pop to hip hop, the list goes on. You could probably name at least 5 genres within the contest nowadays. Even the lead singer's look screams 80s rock star. This one took us by storm when we heard it.
Wow, he's got a...
It's like leather suit.
I was gonna say, it's like, it's tight.
They are very cool.
I'm feeling
So far,
cool.
Sweden, you're number one right now.
Every time.
Don't let me down.
Ooh, they're more cutting edge.
Oh, I love it. Woo!
Yeah.
That poor pianist. His 15 minutes of fame taken away by this guy staying in front of him. There goes the turn to move. It's like, I'm here, guys.
Well, if it
All
was
about
just
the
focusing
singer.
on the piano, man, you'd be taking away the sex appeal of this
Yeah.
god right here.
Higher pitch stuff.
Whoa.
Did you see that? kick?
Whoa.
You missed it.
Oh, my heart.
Oh, the girls would have loved him.
I'm loving him.
You know, it's the kind of song that makes you want to sing those lyrics even though you don't know what they are.
Exactly.
They're a different language. That's how catchy it is.
Somebody who described it said, this is a song you'd play with the windows down in a convertible, driving down the
Ooh,
coast.
I like it.
I know,
like
right?
it.
After that, we have Switzerland. I'm not gonna go into much detail about this one. It's pretty standard in my opinion. Besides the sleeves and slim jeans being a thing of the time, everything else doesn't stand out. Doesn't sound that dated. It's just a show tune that pays tribute to the greats in film. It's not too memorable either in comparison to the other entrants. I have a link to the full contest in the description in case you want to have a better look at all the songs, but there's not much to talk about with this one here. Check it out if you feel like it. Feel like it? I can see why. Now, we hit the halfway mark. Take a bathroom break if you need, because we got 10 more songs to go.
And we're back.
So we fixed nothing.
Yeah, everything and nothing.
The next entry comes from Finland. Now, if you want pure Eurovision cheese, this is the one. And Luxembourg's wasn't. Hey, get out of here! Finland's song is about the flute man.
Here's a cherry chap.
So, what would you expect someone to sound like if they played the flute?
All week, yeah.
Nope, you're absolutely wrong.
On tässä huilu ja huilumies, en täytä mittaa normien soustelua.
Liking this so far.
This is bad before he started playing the
I'm, s-
What the
I'm
Listen
scared.
to the first line. Here's a flute and a flute man.
I'm not playing to the standards.
Shite.
Yeah, I'm not playing to the standards.
I flute away my troubles.
The contrast is unbelievably bad, but it's so good. The song speaks more to the choice and composition as opposed to its timeliness. It's a beautiful, hot mess. The photos they provide for his introduction are almost meme tier. This guy owns it. He is the flute man. He eats, sleeps, and breathes flute. If he's still alive, I'm sure he still plays that thing on the daily. I've seen many Eurovision fans post about the bad modern entries, but if you want a blast from the past, this is a perfect example of someone missing the mark. I encourage you to watch it in full. Now we move on to Norway. Their song is about a protest. I said this would mostly not involve politics, but I have to mention it here. Between 1970 and 1987, the Norwegian government proposed and eventually placed hydroelectric power plants on Sami land. During this time, the Sami people peacefully protested through hunger strikes and human blockades. The song Sami Earth commends their efforts and strength as a people. It starts off with a guitar solo, solemnly addressing the strength of the Sami. It eventually picks up with other backing instruments until the song comes to a pause? Hopefully that was on purpose. We are left in suspense until a Sami singer enters the stage singing yoik, a form of Sami music. The guitarist joins in and sings along, accompanying him in what sounds like an anthem of the people. This part is quite catchy, to be honest, and it's a well-made tribute to the Sami. And here's a fun fact. This yoik part at the end was used in the 2011 prequel for The Thing, the well-acclaimed horror movie originally made in 1951 and remade by John Carpenter in 1982. After a successful mission, the characters celebrate with some beer and yoik. I guess out of all these songs, Sami Earth best stood the test of time. Interesting. I can't recommend this song to people besides Eurovision and history buffs alike. But it is a catchy tune if you want something to just sing along with your friends. And if there's any lesson I learned here, it's that the Sami people really are a force to be reckoned with. Oh no. This one. I'm not saying this because it's a bad song, but you'll see why. The truth is, my feelings towards this song are conflicted. Were those gloves ever a thing? It's such an odd visual choice from Germany. Yes, I know the song is called Theater, so you could say that many hand puppets fit the theme. But mimes? Throughout time, miming has been a well-known form of acting, but never really accepted by the mainstream. At least any mainstream that I know of. Heck, we have stereotypes of mimes being creepy or sad victims of the imaginary box. It's very off-putting aesthetically, but you can't go off stage presentation alone. What about the song? It slaps. I'm sure most of us don't speak German, but you can tell they appreciate the art. First off, you have a catchy piano tune and percussion as the backbone, supported by harmonizing backup singers, who are also the mimes. Hey, isn't this breaking their code? Besides that, the composition does a fantastic job capturing the show tune sound. Out of context, I would think this was from a play about musicals, like High School Musical, if it took place in the 80s. As a whole, the staging is a product of the time, but it's a guilty pleasure of mine. What can I say? It's got heart. Theater, thanks for being you, and thank you for the nightmare fuel mimes.
And
Mimes!
yes! Mimes.
Alright, time for entry 13.
So we come to song number 13 for the United Kingdom. And 13, if you're sort of a bit superstitious about things, could be unlucky.
The only thing unlucky about the UK's entry is that prima donna is representing them. If luck was based on looks, the UK would be a black cat going under a ladder. They dressed up as casually as my family when we were watching this.
We're all just like in jeans and board shorts and sweats.
Before t-shirts were what they are today, we got these t-shirts with these ugly thick seams. They look like something you would see in the retro section of a thrift store. And the high-waist pants do not help the cause.
Why are your pants so high on your torso?
You gotta be family friendly. No pelvic waist showing at all.
Luckily, this trend would fade out within a couple of years. But looks aren't everything. How's the song?
It isn't every road that leads me home. It isn't every day I'm on my own. But when I'm feeling sad and all alone, I think of you. Yes, I do.
Even cheesier. This song feels so G-rated that I felt like I was watching a kid's movie.
It's like a Partridge Family song.
It feels like
Yeah.
it feels like it's from Toy Story or something like that, where it's just so family friendly.
I mean, other than that, yeah, it's a very outdated song. Not much to it. I would not be caught dead listening to this. I can't describe it any other way. It's just that bland and corny. Hopefully they'll bounce back from this next year. Now we have Portugal with A Grand, Grand Love. It's not a sappy love ballad, trust me. The singer of this entry was quite the character. He has the flashy disco era look to him, but he also reminded us of a certain UK star.
It's not working for too long.
It would be really wonderful then to know.
Just little things
Try
every
the
day.
Elton John look.
He has
It
that look.
does.
Yeah, dark-haired Elton John. This is like his arch nemesis.
However,
Evil Elton John.
The dark side.
Yeah, because he has the dark hair. He has very little glitter on him.
Dark glasses and all black suit. He has like the glitter on the collar though, and that's
Just
it.
imagine he takes the glasses off, his eyes are like pitch black.
Yeah.
His face is eerily similar, but everything about his outfit is just the opposite. Instead of the bright, glittery colors, he's wearing all black with just a collar of glitter. His glasses are tinted black instead of red, but they both have that same contagious stage presence. I really want to see the two of them meet each other someday. Either we're going to get an epic showdown, or the best pop rock song of our lives. But yes, this was a great tune from Portugal. Alright, we're almost done. 5 more to go. Now we have the home team, the Netherlands. Their entry is a tribute to the hosting city, Amsterdam. This one has some class to it.
In de wereld je op bent, je denkt terug aan dat moment.
It's like a different kind of show tune. You can feel yourself being teleported to the city and whisked away by the beauties of the sights. I'm not gonna BS this. I don't speak Dutch. Even without knowing the words, you can tell Amsterdam is a place of wonder, beauty, and intrigue. She does a great job selling the place, and the song itself feels timeless, incorporating both past and future. Well, guess I'm going to Amsterdam, boys. Up to bat, we have France. Normally, their entries come off as more formal, never accommodating to the times. And if you can guess from my tone, they pulled a 180 this year. I'm gonna have a field day with this one. The outfits are glorious late 70s schlock. All white with a rainbow pattern connecting the members. I'm not sure if it's just me, but so many instances of disco nostalgia seem to don all-white suits, probably from Saturday Night Fever. The outfits for the guys at least look like spacesuits. If you look closely, they're one-piece suit pants. I can't imagine the struggle of putting those things on and taking them off just to take a piss. The ladies had it better with their one-piece dresses, but not by much. And let's take a dive into that song. Let's address the elephant in the room. The part where they go do is such an odd choice. A lot of 70s entries were obsessed with one-syllable sounds. It's easy to write a song around interjections, but you can only go so far with basing it as your backbone. Usually, these entries fell flat with the jury, and started to die out by the turn of the decade. Sure, there's real lyrics to the song, but that sound alone is the main hook. How do the rest of the lyrics stand out? They're fun. It's just a song about losing your cares and partying. I would jam out to this song any day of the week, and I have if you've seen my Twitter account. I can't explain why it sounds so dated. Maybe it's the repetitiveness, maybe it's the simplicity, maybe it's Maybelline. I have a hunch the guy on the left must have used it. But hey, it's still a bop. There's a reason why this was stuck in my head all week. If it weren't for this song, this video wouldn't have been a thing. The next entry comes from Ireland, and it's called What's Another Year? Take it away, Saxman! Ireland's staple in the contest is that they always write about love. And this year is no exception. What's Another Year has great tact. The singer describes longing for his lover, and all the days that go by without her. The accompanying jazz music builds up the passing days. There's a sense that the days are blurring together, making them monotonous. A depressing way to go out. It's easy to get moved by the singer's pleading and charismatic voice. One that sounds like it comes from a struggling lounge singer, broken and alone. As for its staying power, you can take it one of two ways. On one hand, you can see it as the obvious saxophones were such an 80s thing cliche, along with the old-school lounge act vibes from the singer. You don't hear that many lounge singer acts becoming big today. On the other hand, it can be considered timeless. I could put this in a playlist of love songs today, and it would fit just fine. The sentiment and backing of it stand well on their own. Whatever you think, this song is one that shouldn't get used to being alone.
What's another year for someone who is getting used to me? What's another year for someone who is getting used to me?
After one love song, we have another from Spain in the penultimate slot. To briefly sum it up, it's about a guy convincing a girl to sleep with him. The song Stay Tonight is backed by a guitar and trumpet, a classic Spanish staple. The lyrics start with the girl wanting to leave, keys in hand, but the rest of the song is the man's plea to fix their relationship. The song is pretty standard for Spanish entries. Most of them are infused with a Hispanic-style music, and this year was no exception. It's an interesting listen, and there is a payoff instrumentally. I think it stood the test of time. It fit back then, and it still sounds good today if you like songs with a show tune feel. So yes, please stay tonight and listen to this. And finally, we have Belgium. Straight off the bat, you'll be able to tell that this song was a dated one even when it came out. Ah yes, so many knobs. This entry is a tribute to Eurovision and modern music, properly titled Eurovision. The song starts with a synth piano solo. And by synth, I mean early synth. They must have been so excited when they bought it that they probably took it out and were like, let's make this a song. And this is what followed. The guy doesn't do it much justice either. He makes it sound like this fancy machinery is cutting edge. Looking at it 40 years later, it looks like a B-level bar mitzvah thrown by your lame uncle's friend. The best part is when the chorus hits.
Love
Yes, you crushed that
Woo!
one.
You can't beat that choreography.
You flexed
Oh,
man!
That is the worst choreography ever.
Wow, so cool. Sorry. I can't do this. Even the piano players are having terrible choreography. This isn't even a crime against music. It's a crime against technology. I would love to see the audience during this bit. They must have loved it. The best way to enjoy this song is with a group of friends and a case of beer. It's out of this world. After watching all 19 songs, I convinced my family to make our own jury and vote for our favorites.
How do I do this? The top
So,
4, top 3?
Top 10.
Top 10?
Top 10. I
Oh,
got
I
a lot of
have too
ties
many
for-
ties.
You can
Wait a
just
minute,
rock,
guy.
paper, scissors.
Wait, can I look at the countries again?
How about the top
The
3?
country songs.
Oh, I didn't keep records. Good luck.
Like,
Top
do you know the
10.
name of the songs?
Well, I know what country. I know the countries that performed. I just want to know the countries. I don't need to really know the song titles.
Oh, okay, so...
Just need to know
I can
the
run through it
countries.
for you.
Okay, I can run it through. So
Alright.
there's Austria.
Mm-hmm.
But
then...
wait, Austria, I can give them a little further information.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
we
Just
won't
give
be
them the
giving
information if you want.
Okay, I think I have more than just the title, if it helps you.
Okay.
Okay, Austria was Blue Danube. That was the first
Okay,
one.
the first one, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, then there was Turkey, which was the petrol oil.
Yep, the lathered up
Maybe you
in
should take notes.
lathered up in greasy
Because
oil.
you need to. Oh, you got your phone. Okay. 3 was Greece, which was the red and black outfits. Kind of the cheerful.
Oh yeah, the
remember?
Borat guy.
Autostop guy, yeah.
Then there comes Luxembourg with those cheesy old penguins.
The good old penguins, yes.
And then there is Morocco from Africa. Remember the outfits?
Morocco is like the kind
Okay, can
of
I
Arabic
hold on a second.
one.
Yes, remember that? And then there's Italy.
Italy was the guy with the falsetto.
Please leave that in the recording.
Oh yes, we will.
Okay.
Oh, the guitars. They were the ones with like the fake guitars.
Oh, those are the fake
Oh, yeah,
guitars.
the fake guitars,
yes.
Thank you. I couldn't remember. The light pink and light blue.
Blue, yes. The
Fake
cream
guitars.
colored.
Then there
Yes.
were the real guitars behind them. Like
Yes.
the one that was your, what did Dad say, your Fender?
Yeah, it was like with his SG.
Oh, SG.
Mhm.
Okay, then was Denmark. And then a temple.
Denmark was the guy with the striped shirt.
Oh, yes!
Oh,
Yes. Captain Kangaroo!
Captain Kangaroo!
Yes, Captain Kangaroo!
You're just my dad's rolling his eyes in the background. Oh God.
Captain Kangaroo. Okay, then comes Sweden. Remember the rock?
Yes!
Rock, free feeling, driving with the
Yeah.
Okay.
Just now.
Yeah.
Alright, hold on a second.
Okay.
Guy did the kick.
Hold on.
Asking for some consulting.
No, just
Get the
takes
G.
about 45 minutes to get off of the phone with her.
Gets the
Anyway.
GF for approval.
Okay, you ready after Sweden?
Yeah.
Switzerland. Cinema, cinema.
Yeah. Cinema.
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 There you go. The black
Cinema.
outfit. She actually did a good job.
Yeah.
Okay, Swiss
Okay.
cheese.
Yes. Swiss cheese.
Finland. Come on.
Finland, you know.
Come on. Mr. Fluteman.
Mr. Flute.
Fluteman. Play the flute for
He's
me.
basically Tiny Tim of Finland, but
Opposite of
instead
Tiny
of-
Tim.
But basically,
Instead of Tiny Tim, it's Baritone Bob.
Baritone Bob. I'm gonna call him that from now on. Baritone Bob.
Don't know his actual
Alright.
name.
He gets an honorable mention. I'll give him that one.
Then you got Norway, and Norway.
Norway was the.
Oh
yeah, my Norse call.
Yep. The
I like
joke.
that Norway one.
Good old joke.
Yeah, the joke. The
Mhm.
joke.
Am I a joke to you?
No joke to you. Okay.
You're a
Germany with the little mimes and
You're
you're
a
on the
joke.
right.
Yeah, hell no.
Scary.
Which
And
one?
the UK has prima donna.
Love enough for two. The T-shirts.
The T-shirts, the color.
The one with the
pink and
pearls.
blue and the
Oh,
high
God.
white pants.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
The
one with the
colored
wedgies.
Okay. Then you got Portugal.
Evil Elton John.
Evil Elton
Evil
John.
Elton John. Okay,
Right.
yes. Dark Elton John.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Dark Elton John.
Alright.
And then you have Netherlands, which was Amsterdam. Amsterdam.
Now, you switched them up. You switched up Cinema's tune with
Did I?
Amsterdam's tune. Amsterdam, Amsterdam.
There you go. See?
Amsterdam.
She had that outfit with the little flowers and
Yeah,
The
the
flowers
flowers.
and the
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
weird sleeves.
Okay.
With the flowers on
This
top.
and the sleeves. And then comes France. Yes.
Hey, Amsterdam's.
What
What the?
It's basically about partying. It's partying away.
And
Scare
then
away
there
your cares.
was Ireland. Which
Ireland,
didn't have any
yes,
accents at
yes,
all,
What's
the,
remember?
another
uh,
year?
It was instrumental.
Oh, yes,
the
it was
Irish,
good singing. It was good vocal.
What's another
The
year?
Irish George Michael.
Yeah, Irish George
Yeah.
Michael. The saxophone at the beginning, yeah.
Yes.
And
And then there was Spain.
Yep.
Oh, Spain.
Spain. Quédate esta noche. I don't know.
Quédate junto esta noche. Quédate. Yeah.
That's pretty
That's a budgie.
catchy.
Oreo, what are you doing here?
That's a budget.
And then there was Belgium, which was the last song.
Eurovision. Pew, pew. All right, so you got.
Boy,
got it?
you were amazing. I should just let you re-sing them all.
I just have the memory
You're
of like
gonna
the
sing all of them
chorus
again.
and the highlights of
Oh
them.
my gosh.
All
that was
right,
highlights.
so-
That's remarkable. Okay, hold on.
so-
I gotta go through. Hold on.
Oh,
I'll
crap.
tell you how to score it once you guys got your top 10.
Wait, hold on a second. I need to
Okay,
get my top
so
10.
hold on. One being the best. Okay, so.
Yeah.
I can only do my top three. I have too many ties.
You can just
No, you
break
gotta
them.
figure out.
You
figure
gotta
out your
do.
top 10.
You can just.
Please, please,
Yeah.
please.
Now that you have your top 10, Messieurs et dames, no, I'm not gonna do that, but
No, don't go there.
basically, this is how the scoring system works.
Kidding me.
So we have a 12-point system for our top 10. So first place will have 12 points, and then second place has 10, then third place has 8, and then from there it goes 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 for the remaining as you go down the list. So that's for your top 10. So if you want to write the points next to them,
All right.
And so then how we're going to explain the points, we'll say...
So 10th place gets 1.
Exactly. And so when you start your votes, you'll be like, this is the jury of Swedenville or some random thing you want to call it. And you say, okay, 1 point for 10th place, 2 points for 9th place. And then you keep going up the list, up to 12, and 12 points for whoever. And then that'll help me write it down so I can...
Oh, crap. I listed the country twice.
They're your first place. They're so good at listening twice.
That's very funny.
I love them so much. Maybe you just misspelled it.
Oh, God.
You like them so much you gave up all your points. You gave
Exactly. They're my top 10. They're my entire top 10.
One country got all 10.
For the love of God, please leave that in.
Oh, my God.
Oh, jeez.
That's pretty
okay.
You know, because of the glitch, I think one of my countries, it climbed like 4 places because it got stuck in my head.
I told you. I think no spoilers, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm ready to go, and this time I did not list the country twice.
Okay. Here we go. And it's like usually they have a. You'll notice.
This is like school.
I know. It's all test results and all that.
I have no brain left for this.
Don't worry. This is the hard part.
This is the hard part that we're getting out of the
long
way.
week,
So then we're going to reveal the actual winner.
Yeah.
Of
Then
this
we'll watch the intermission. Then
I
the
wonder if I
scores.
got close. I wonder if any of the 10 I picked are
That's gonna be
in
interesting.
the top 10 of the actual Eurovision.
I
That's
don't
an interesting
honestly
part,
think
'cause
some of these are on there.
know.
It just differs. All right. So I'll go first. All right. Buenas noches, America. Country of Swedenville calling. Here are the votes of the Swedenville jury. 1 point for Portugal. 2 points for Italy. 3
So wait, that's yours? Is that yours?
Yes, that's me.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to
Sorry,
write down if
sorry.
you don't want to.
I'm just slow down because I want to look where mine are when you get them. So you said
So 1 point for Portugal. 2 points for Italy. 3 points for Switzerland.
I can't take you seriously with this voice.
Slow down.
I gotta be serious, Dave.
Slow down. Okay, yes.
I just said 3.
3 points for
2 of which I repeated already. You're like, slow down, slow down. Like, after I repeat the first 2 twice, and I say one more new one, slow down! Dang! 4 points!
4 points.
Yeah, we're leaving that in.
Is what?
Yeah. 4 points for Germany. 5 points for France. 6 points for Norway. 7 points for Spain. 8 points for Netherlands. 9 points don't exist. 10 points for Sweden. And 12 points to Ireland. That is from the Swedenville jury. Good night and buenas noches.
Oh, buenas noches.
So apparently Spanglish is the spoken language of Swedenville.
Yes, exactly.
Apparently that's
So,
the case.
who wants to go next?
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah. Bring, bring.
Okay. All right. So
this is the jury of whatever my mom wants to call herself. What is Momville?
Madame Discernment.
Madame Discernment.
Discernment.
Alrighty.
Okay. 1 point for Greece.
1 point for Greece.
2 points for Portugal.
2 points for Portugal.
3 points for Italy.
3 points for Italy.
And their fake guitars.
Yes, the classic.
4 points for Denmark.
4 points for Denmark.
And Captain Kangaroo.
Yes, good old Captain Kangaroo. Love the guy.
5 points for Amsterdam.
So basically,
You switched it again! You switched the symbol over Switzerland! How?
Whatever. They're close. 6 points
keep in mind
for
we haven't been.
Switzerland. Cinema.
You got it now.
Keep in mind we haven't been drinking.
Okay.
We drank Pepsi.
That's the only
7 points for Norway.
7 points for Norway. Hold on, I'm looking
And
for
how did you call that? Jolting or whatever?
Jolk.
Jolk.
Jolk. Yep.
No joke.
No
I tell
joke.
you, no joke. Okay.
Joke's on
8
you.
points for Sweden
8 points for Sved.
with that free-feeling rock style.
Indeed.
9 points for Ireland with the handsome, good voice, good song.
Oh, wait.
good
It's.
instrumental.
Excuse me, the jury, the scorekeeper interrupts.
Yes.
You gotta give 10 points to second place and 12 points to first place.
What, is there no 9 anywhere?
It goes 12, 10, then 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Well,
3,
who
2,
did
and
that
1.
math?
And then
That's
8?
just silly.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
jeez.
just silly. So,
So-
it's 10. It goes 12
Don't
is
worry
the
about it,
top, 10 is second, and third is 8.
Yes, that is
That's
correct.
just
Third
stupid.
is-
It does give more of an advantage. It gives a bit more of a bump for being first place.
Oh,
Hence
well,
the
just
reason
it
they give
seems
it.
out of order.
Fourth is 7.
I guess it's like skipping 13th floor in a hotel because it's bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Okay, so let me come back to 10 points for Ireland.
10 points for Ireland.
And drum roll. 12 points goes to
Gryffindor.
Yeah, exactly. Gryffindor! Gryffindor wins!
Had to do it.
I forgot how to sing it, but
Hold on.
Spain. Go ahead. How do you sing it?
Spain.
Quédate.
Quédate junta esta noche. Quédate.
I'm surprised that got number 1 from you.
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
I'm
I'm making sure
surprised.
this is recording still.
I like
I'm nervous if
it.
it didn't record the end. Like, I would've been.
If you
Dead.
didn't record
I'm like.
this ending, I will literally be pissed off.
Yeah, I was scared there. Alright.
I liked that.
Okay.
That concludes.
Alright, I think I got it.
my ranking.
That concludes the Madame Jury. Have a great night. Except for in the mic. Alright. Now we are calling from the Dad Jury. Good evening, Dad Jury.
Good evening. So number.
Sounds like Count Dracula.
Good evening.
Count
You got Bela Lugosi over here.
Wait,
Okay,
Lugosi?
I have,
Oh, yes!
with
Oh my
1 point
I
and
can tell
number.
you later. Hold on, I gotta tell you, like, one of my favorite animes, the character's name is Lugosi.
There it is.
Yeah. Oh my god, my fans are gonna know what I'm talking about. They're gonna go nuts. Anyway,
Okay, it's the highest rated. Okay, so in
so 10th place is 1 point.
yeah,
See,
simply
something
1
here
point.
low.
That's Belgium with 1 point.
Belgium, 1 point.
Then 9th place with 2 points. I have Germany.
2 points for Germany.
3 is wait a minute.
We are
Wait,
waiting.
10, 9, okay, 8. Now I need to go to 8. So anyway, 8.
8th place.
France with 3 points.
France, 3 points.
Netherlands 4 points.
Netherlands, 4 points.
5 points for Portugal.
5 points for Portugal. Oh, wait. Who'd you say? Oh, for Netherlands is 4 points.
Yeah.
We have a mistake.
This is starting to get late for us.
Yeah, I am getting very tired. So,
After
go
Portugal?
ahead. So, you said Netherlands 4 points and Portugal 5 points.
Yes, and 6 points for Switzerland.
6 points for Switzerland.
7 points for the UK.
7 points for the United Kingdom.
8 points for Sweden.
8 points for Sved.
Okay, 9 points.
10 points.
Oh, 10 points.
Sorry.
No, it's so funny.
Yes.
So 10 points
Doing it.
for. I had Sweden. Who's number 2? Okay. Spain.
10 points for Spain.
And my number 1 was Ireland with 12.
Ireland, 12
Oh my
points.
goodness.
Well, thank you, Dad Jury. Have a good
Ireland
night.
was a real song.
Very.
Ooh, calling
So
some
far,
shots
there's a
fired.
lot of crossover with all of us.
There's a lot of crossover, but there is some that are like kind of oddballs that stick
I'm
out
so
there.
shocked so far nobody chose Flute Man from Finland.
No Flute
I had
Man
him at
yet.
minus 10.
Yeah, I would give him minus 10 points. He'd
Well,
lose.
Actually, you're going to have to do minus 12 because you can't do 10.
Oh, yeah, that's the no. You can't do minus 10. You can't do minus 9.
Oh.
Yeah, no, whatever. All right, and last but not least, we
Shaggy
have
calling from the back of the mystery machine.
yes. My brother's nickname is Shaggy. So
Scooby-Doo and the
from
Minute
Okay, hold on a
Shaggy
second.
Bird calling.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm almost done here.
Shaggy Mobile.
Yes, calling from the Shaggy Mobile.
All right. So I'm giving 1 point to the UK.
1 point to the
Oh,
United
that's
Kingdom.
okay.
I've given 2 points to France.
2 points to France.
I've given 3 points to Spain.
3 points to Spain.
3 points.
And then you're gonna hear everybody booing in the background from Spain. That's what happens when like a country keeps getting. That's what happens when a country keeps getting good scores, and then they suddenly get a bad score. Everybody's like, boo!
Come on.
Alright, so 4 points to Holland.
4 points to the Netherlands. Yes.
I've given
Amsterdam.
So close. I'm going to be driven nuts by this all night.
5 points to Finland.
5 points to Finland, and they'd be clapping because they finally got points.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
No.
I did.
I did.
There's reasoning behind it.
Oh yes.
Okay, so 6 points to Portugal.
6 points to Portugal.
7 to Norway.
7 points for Norway.
I've given 8 to Denmark.
8 to Denmark.
8 to Denmark. Oh,
Oh, I
man.
forgot about that.
Captain Kangaroo.
Captain Kangaroo making a comeback.
Woo! Captain Kangaroo!
Wait, was it his overalls or was it his striped shirt that did it?
It was both.
Oh my
Maybe
God.
maybe his voice too.
There's basically Captain Kangaroo with a mullet, in overalls and a striped shirt, playing the bass.
The best
How much
song.
more awesome can you
Oh
get?
I love this. But continue with your 10 points.
10 points to Ireland.
10 points to Ireland.
And you can probably guess what my number 1 is. 12 points. Obviously, it goes to Sweden.
Sweden. I knew he was going to say Sweden.
Thank you for your votes. And I'll probably add those up while we watch the intermission.
And yes, I give points to Finland.
Finland deserves
I give it the
He should
point.
have been disqualified for
Yeah,
that.
the whole jury should have just been disqualified for that.
Dismissed.
Dismissed! Class
Oh,
dismissed.
God.
Alright, now you guys don't have to think
Oh, it's
anymore.
fantastic.
Because I know my dad is dead tired right now.
Alrighty.
I killed him.
So we actually get to find out what the truth is.
Yeah, and while I do the intermission,
Truth sayer.
I'll add up the points, and then I'll say our winner, and then we'll watch the actual thing happen.
Aha. We know Finland is going to win.
Who
I've
knows?
I've given them
I've
come up
lost
with
all
points.
respect for you over there.
Yeah.
Mr. Shea.
Keep in mind, okay? Hey, you're also talking to the guy that gave 8 points to Denmark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Okay, I'm glad this isn't part of it because they would automatically win.
Yeah, that was the best performance.
I'm telling you, if Ireland doesn't win, or Sweden, I'm gonna be livid.
Alright.
Alright, so let's do our dishonorable mentions.
Dad is
first.
literally dead right now.
Let's see what happens.
That's
Okay.
fine. He doesn't need to listen. It's okay. He needs to sleep for his
He's
concert
played his
tomorrow.
role.
We have our dishonorable mentions as Austria with 0 points.
Blue Danube.
Yeah, nobody remembers them. I could barely even remember what they did. Just music. And they were high favorites too. The guy was like 8-1.
Oh, wow.
Like, wow. And then Turkey with 0 points. Poor Petro. Rip Petro.
It was girls' shoes.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed. And then Luxembourg with 0 points.
I wonder why.
I wonder. And then Morocco with 0 points.
Uh-huh.
Not too
I
shocked.
didn't really remember Morocco, what they
It
did.
wasn't terrible, but it wasn't that great.
Finland.
Finland. Finland.
No!
I didn't even give him points and I'm still rooting for Finland.
That should be a dishonorable mention.
Poor
Hey, just
Finland.
be glad I gave him points.
I love you.
Stick it in your flute.
Stick it in your flute.
Squidward.
Hey. Oh, I forgot to add that one.
Wait, you forgot to add Squidward into the contest?
Yeah, Squidward's in the contest. Yes. Squidward, 12 points. Squidward!
From?
Hey.
From the ocean?
Yeah, Squidward's representing the Bikini Bottom in this song contest. Why? I don't know. Sure. 5th place with 20 points. Norway. All right. And in 4th place with 21 points. Netherlands. And now in 3rd place with 32 points, the bronze medal goes to Spain.
Aha.
The Spanish.
And then second place.
No one can stop the Spanish Inquisition.
Yes, Spanish Inquisition. Second place with 38 points. Sweden.
Ooh.
Meaning first place with 44 points goes to
George
Ireland.
Michael!
Yeah, Ireland! Woo! Irish George Michael. All right, now we can go back to this.
In the actual contest, the jury voted in favor of Ireland, after a kinda close battle with Germany. I believe that Ireland was a fitting victor. The song stood out amongst its competitors, but it was still a product of its time. Ireland would go on to host an even bigger and brighter event the following year, further dwindling the look of this year's contest. All in all, why was this contest so dated? In my opinion, 1980 in particular was like a beta version of the decade. People were still holding on to the famous disco era looks of the 70s, and had not fully yet embraced the change of the decade. In terms of fashion, technology became a major key in fashion changes. Casual and stylized clothes were increasing in popularity, making it easier for people to be unique without that tacky theater costume look to them. In terms of hair, so many contestants had bangs, in addition to afros and bowl cuts. Luckily, these hairstyles died out over the next couple of years as people moved towards wavy hair and mullets thanks to the new hair products of the time. The following years sorted out these kinks, and by 1985, the 80s were truly what the 80s are known as today. The rapid improvement of technology started hitting its stride, and people could start making bigger and more elaborate productions, including the outfits. There was a lot of trial and error in 1980, and people were still changing over to more electronic means, and moving away from analog systems. I'm calling you out, Belgium! The world was becoming digital, and everyone was starting to tag along. The music scene was figuring out how to appeal to both ordinary and upper class. In the end, Eurovision and many other forms of musical performances started to interweave with popular culture. It was only a few years before movies such as Footloose and Flashdance captured the mainstream's newfound love for music and dance. It's no wonder the contest has become so performance-based. Well, that's all I got for this video. I encourage you to compile your own top 10. It was really fun to do this with friends, or in this case, my family. Feel free to leave your top 10 in the comments, and if there's enough people that do it, I might do a follow-up video showing your jury results. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I've definitely enjoyed making Eurovision content like this. Let me know if you guys want me to do more similar stuff like this in the future. And if anybody is new here because of this, hello! This is definitely new for me, so I hope I keep you guys entertained with this stuff too. But yes, that's all I got now. And until next time, take care, guys!